What's up? We're back again for another edition of Live from Redhook here at the Function House. Tonight we want to welcome to the show none other than DJ Ody Rock.
Function One, thanks for having me down.
Function House.
Thanks, Anthony, for having me. Thanks, Mike, for having me.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
I haven't seen this guy for a long time. Like, seriously. The last time I saw him, because, I stormed in here, we just stormed in here, just going crazy. We just rolled up like 5 minutes ago. Last time I saw him was a re-grand opening of Opera. Okay?
Opera.
Wow.
Yes, that's a re-grand
That was in
opening.
Queens.
No, I'm talking about when I used to do Flamingo back in 98, 99 with Stretch. You were right there, and right across the street from Lot 61.
Yes.
That was
Right?
the last
That was the last time I saw him. Yeah, I'm not lying. Unless maybe I might have saw him again, and it's totally different. Okay? And that's the truth. I'm not lying.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Talking about 98, 99. All
That's
right?
gave
That's
my
a long
age
time.
away.
Yeah,
bro.
right.
20 years
Right.
ago.
Just aged
That's
both
why
of
when
us.
he inboxed me, I was like, that's kind of like, I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. I was like, let's do it.
Well,
I wasn't expecting that, but I appreciate
skills,
it. You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
The skills
I'm not
got
gonna
you.
sit here and lie, but it's
He
the truth.
said you are a terrible scratcher.
Listen, forget about scratching, but what? This is gonna be fun right now.
No, well,
Shout out to my man Mert in the back. Shout out to the whole staff for having us down here too. Thanks
I've
a
always
lot.
been a big fan, bro. You got a lot of skills. You got great talent.
I mean, I appreciate that, but there's more to that as we're gonna talk
let's
as the
How,
show
let's
goes.
talk.
you got to talk into the mic. Talk into the mic.
All right.
How long you been in this game?
For a long time.
When did
Yeah.
you start? When did you start DJing, and what got you into DJing?
All right. What got me into DJing was listening to mixtapes.
Whose
from
mixtapes?
My brother used to DJ. You know?
Okay.
So
What did he play?
He played everything, but freestyle. But his good friend was Prince Quick Mix. Prince Quick Mix was the guy that used to make Nubian crackers. Remember the Nubian crackers beats?
Yeah.
That was his boy. So, make a long story short, Prince Quick Mix, I never met him. Even throughout all these years till now, I still haven't met him. But I just remember listening to all his tapes and him doing like all these introductions. And it was like out of this world. Meaning as in he'll take James Brown, he'll take a doll. He battled the Blade Runners. You familiar with Blade Runners?
Yeah.
Right? And in the battle, he took a doll and he was pulling the string and the doll was laughing. Oh, ha, ha, ha. And he busted that out in the battle while the beat was going. I think it was Information Society. And I remember listening to that live on a tape. So that's what inspired me more of, to DJ.
How old were you?
At that time, I might have been like 8, 7.
Wow.
Right?
Oh, so you got into it really early.
Right. So before that too, watching breaking when he's scratching and he has the fucking
No, you could fucking
and he
curse.
has the he has the spikes on his hands and he's cutting.
Yep.
That's what made me want to cut more. And I
spikes
remember
on
listening to that, waking up to this Rock Chanson on the radio in the morning, going to school when I was 5. Because at the time, that was when people used to go around, right? With, taking the what was that? We used to wear Lee pants. Used to take that off and used to bring it back to like Robbins and get like a reward for that, like VCR.
Yep.
I remember listening to that on the radio when scratching, and I was like, oh shit, watching this movie and listening to Roxanne Shante on the radio, and then I used to break dance as a little kid in the corners
Were you
in
walking
Astoria
ar-
because I
were
grew up in
walking
Astoria. You
around
know what I'm
with
saying?
the fucking boombox?
Nah, my friends were, but me, I wasn't doing that because I was like the smaller dude, But I used to break with these guys in the corner. I was like really young, 5, 6 years old.
where
My
was
mother was
this?
like, "Yo, what's this kid doing?"
What neighborhood was this?
In Astoria. I grew up in Astoria. Yeah, I grew
Okay.
up there all my life. Yeah, it was cool out there. I saw the whole change. Then throughout the years, like I'm saying, I'm gonna be all over the place, right? And
That's
then I
all
meet
right.
Teddy. I know Teddy for a long time. Shout out to Ted Dillinger, because he opened up, a few doors for me. I'm not gonna say he lied. Teddy's my man. We had our differences, but Teddy's my man.
Yeah.
He put me on. He's like, Ody, let's go. I'm like, what's up? He's like, go open up for me. I'm like, what do you mean, go open up for you? And at the time, he was doing Mirage. Right? Quick story. Drops me off in front of Mirage. He's like, go inside. I'm like, what do you mean, go inside? So the owner back then, you remember that dude?
Dave
I'm not gonna
Marvisi.
sit there and say his name, but that dude was great. But he was crazy, but whatever.
He was crazy.
Yeah, but you gotta
He
love
was
that though. Listen, you
crazy.
gotta love that though. You know what I'm saying? Because that don't exist anymore.
It doesn't.
'Cause
He
we're
would-
gonna get- listen, we're gonna get into all that. That's what I'm saying. We might get crazy. but
Not to go off topic, but because you brought that up, just one
Right.
quick thing. Like that guy would like just out of
he
nowhere
didn't
just decide he wanted to like put up a wall in the club
Right,
or change
right.
something.
While people were going in the club, I remember that, and I remember Teddy was like, "Yo, he used to fight with him." Teddy used to work with Joey Morrissey and Artie at the time with
Yeah.
Riz and Scissorhands. Obviously, as
Yep.
we all know,
Yeah, he was their
and
DJ for a long time.
Soulfinger Sam and so many other great guys that were great. Like that yourself.
Yeah, of course.
You were there. You witnessed that yourself.
Yep.
So what I'm trying to say is that when my point is, he drops me off on a Friday night in front of Mirage. The line, actually Saturday night, I'm lying to you. Yo, this is like one of the best stories ever. The line was wrapped around the block, like around. When I walk inside, what I hear, I see that look in your eyes. I'm like, holy shit. And it was just like, Honey and David Smith. I was like, holy shit, this is sick. That's what made me get into the quote unquote house thing more, because I already knew about the house records.
Yeah.
Like I told you, from my brother's background, you know, with Red Zone tapes, going to Astor Place, buying the tapes from there, listening to the original, the Standard Third, and so far, you know, and so forth, that whole thing. But I remember, you know, going in there, says like, yo, you gotta go upstairs, second floor. So I'm in front of this place in Mirage. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So I'm like, yo, this is sick. You gotta go upstairs. Three boxes of records by myself, going up to the second floor. And Ody and Joey were like, yo, what the hell is this kid doing here? And then he was like parking the car. And next thing you know, it's like, we're in fucking Mirage. It's every Saturday.
And that was one of the hottest parties at the time.
Right. And then at the time, it was that. And then, you know, I kept working with Teddy. You know, he basically showed me a lot of paths on how to open the night, instead of saying, and how to guide it, and then start dropping it as the night goes. And I still use that same format, bro, which is missing on a lot of people. That's why this business, in a way, it's kind of like destroyed, because nobody has that. You know, they have the openers now, they come, they just like wail on the way. Totally different aspect, as you already know, you know? So back to that, and then we started doing the Sound Factory in the basement Saturday nights. And JP used to open up for Eddie Byers. That was sick. The sound system was bananas. Remember, used to roll up, and outside the doors was just like crack, crack, crack. I have memories like that were great, you know, but I wasn't the star of the show. Teddy was the star of the show. I was the guy I'll say it. I was carrying his crates. I was working for him. I worked with Stretch Armstrong and El Flamingo. I've worked with a few great guys, you know. I've worked with Mark Ronson, shout out to Bill Spector for that, Tammy Ford, you know, my man Richie Romero, all these other guys, you know, it was just a waves and waves.
So who was
that?
Was
great.
Who was that first promoter that gave you that?
Bill Spector.
Bill Spector.
Shout out to Bill Spector, yeah.
Where'd he put you on?
El Flamingo with Stretch. That was crazy, bro. Like, that opened up.
How did he find you, Bill Spector?
No, through Stretch, because I gave Stretch a tape, because I used to listen to Stretch on the radio. Obviously, you know, back to the radio when I was younger. You know, Chuck Chill Out and
Stretch and
you
Bobito.
know, Mr. Magic and all that that whole movement. You know, it was like a flash. You know, then when you see reality happen to you, what we dream of, and we're still dreaming. You know, because I'm not gonna sit there and be like, you know, it's over. There's no such thing. You just gotta keep going for it.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to say hustle. You just gotta thrive. The more you thrive, the more you go for it, and the older you get, you learn how to guide certain things. There's always a bump on the road, no matter what. No matter what kind of business you do. Yep. Anything. Production, whatever.
And you always have to be willing to accept the failure along the way.
No matter what. You know, and you already know how it is nowadays. It's like super like harsh to get in some of these places, but yeah, but right now, like I said, right now we're just jumping all over the place. If you want to ask me more stuff, you can ask me. So I gave Stretch a mixtape, and it was passed on from him. It was passed on to Stretch from some other people that I know, friends, not
And then he
promoters.
hooked you up with Bill, and then Bill
No,
put you on.
then my friends knew Bill really good. My friend Bobby, right? Shout out to Bobby. He's the one who brought me to Mykonos, because I've been going out there too forever. Like, we're gonna get into that, but I'm saying there's a lot of stuff we can talk about. We're gonna jump around, right? This is 98 now, 97, 98. Well, listen, right now it's up and down. We were doing Nels every Monday, which was sick. Remember Gene Claude?
Nels,
Remember
yeah.
John Claude with this pirate hat?
Yeah.
We were doing that Monday night with Teddy. So yeah, so Stretch got the tape, and then he's like, yo, I gotta hook you up with Bill. I'm like, let's do it. He goes, I'll tell Bill to put you on. And at the time it was Larry Blaze, Max Leisure, okay? Tony Touch was doing it, Riz was doing it, and I was the opener. And it was fun. You know why? Because it was strictly hip hop. But at the time, Puffy was coming in there. Prince was coming in there. This one was coming in there. Mariano Rivera. I mean, if I had Instagram back then, I would probably look like we would probably look like Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. Because back then, these people were out there, but there was like no quote-unquote social media to be like, hey, look, I'm with this moron. Like, hey, look at me now. I'm a celebrity DJ.
And
Hey,
Flamingo
look.
was...
I wear a hat.
Flamingo had a little run back then.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that was a hot club.
And Teddy was doing it also Saturday night too, but it was more like, you know, let's say now the term open format, you know, playing conversation, all that whole, you know, that whole movement, you know. And then, like I said, you know, then we were doing it Friday with Stretch for like 2 years. Then they had Speed, opened up, you know,
Speed,
with Coco Chanel. That was like strictly hip hop. Yeah, and then I met Black Robin there. I went on tour with Bad Boy for like 3 years, because you know he had the song called Whoa. Because they had me on stage and I was younger. I was going crazy in there, just.
Oh, so you were Black Rob's tour DJ?
Yeah, and then basically went on tour with them for like 3 years, which was
What
insane.
was that experience like?
That was crazy.
Where'd
Was
you
good.
guys,
Listen, it was good, but that's a lifestyle. Remember, hip hop, doing the hip hop thing is a lifestyle. When I saw that, I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to live that lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? There's different types of hip hop that you can live different types of lifestyles, but I wasn't trying to do that because it was like, dude, crazy.
Well, yeah,
I'm not lying. You know what it is for me as a white dude to go to like Compton and do a show with Bad Boy wearing a bandana. That was like one of the sickest things ever.
Sick
Ever.
now.
sick because they
In a lot of ways, I don't want to talk about that, but there were times I was like, you gotta go, like, let's go. I'm like, yo, I gotta go back to the hotel, like, right? I'm like, I gotta go back to the hotel. The guy's like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. Another time I had checked myself out and jumped right back on the plane. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like,
where did that tour take you?
it took me to a lot of different types of doors. I met a lot of people. Met Paul Knotts. That was Flex's boy back then. Met Joey IE. Met a lot of people from Franchise, which was Flex's thing.
Yep.
They used to also come to Flamingo because that was a spot, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Seriously, it was every Friday. Dude, it was crazy in there. When I say crazy, like crazy. There's no hip hop party like that ever since. And that took me, to all over. It took me to London, took us to France, took us all over the West Coast, all over, like South, North, name it. I went on tour with them. It was every night. It was like crazy. And I was on stage just doing shit, crazy shit. One story, I was in the Washington Arena with the Capitals playing the Bullets.
Yep.
Check this out. True story. Nobody would ever believe me. That's what I'm saying. If I even had a video of this, nobody would believe me. So I go on stage. Who do I see? Jam Master Jay. I'm like, this is sick. I'm on stage with Jam Master Jay right now. I'm telling you, I'm getting the chills right now. And I'm looking at Jam Master Jay and he's calling, damn, Master Jay, damn. I'm like, what are you gonna do? You gonna go on stage after this guy? Like, you kidding me? So I'm like, yo, fuck it, you gotta go. At the time, I used to drop a introduction from Donna Summer, drop a deep cover, and have Black Rob come out, like, we used to do a crazy show. Like, it was crazy. And then playing, like, The Bridge Is Over, just like an introduction, doing it on vinyl live, like, going sick.
Yeah.
So anyways, while I'm doing that, as he gets off, because I had to get on, I didn't want to tell Jam Master, say, you gotta go, it's like time to go, like, we have to perform, whoa, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yo, as I'm performing, the fucking mixing board blows, boom, straight up. When I tell you blows, it just blew up. And you see the smoke and the fire coming out of the mixing board, and Jam Master Jay sitting there like, what the hell? And I'm never gonna forget, I'm looking at the people in front of me, and there's like a crowd of 20,000, 25,000 people, because every night was crazy. Like, every night was nuts, bro. Next thing you know, so I'm like, all right, what are you gonna do? Everything was blown out, so I'm playing the instrumental now to Dre still, and Black Rob is rhyming, and all I heard was just, the way I was judging it was the way the sound was just, the bass was coming from the bottom, and I just heard the highs landing in the middle of the whole stage, and I did the whole stage with nothing there. And Jam Master Jay comes over to me, he goes, yo, that was the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yo, I swear to God, I swear. When you hear that from somebody, that makes your ego go even higher, because it's Jam Master Jay, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course, man.
And now I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. That's the honest truth, like, straight up. And
So
you can't really.
Was that like one of the biggest highlights of your career?
Well, listen, I don't want to say highlight, but something that's
like
a
a big
memory.
moment,
You understand?
yeah.
A memory
It's
that
an imprint you'll probably never forget.
never. That's what I'm saying. Like, some people, like, right now, these guys full of shit. No, I'm not full of shit. Like, this is what it was, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Think about the nights that you were out there rocking. If you had, all this shit, like, look what's going on. Like, you're talking about, like, then when people were partying, there was no, people were partying. Like,
So-
just now, a couple of weeks ago, I was in Switzerland. Everybody was like this. Nobody was like this. That shit plays a big role, man.
It does.
Social media is.
Listen, I don't want to say social media, but it's good and it's not good. It ruined a lot of things because the interaction with humans in general, it's like out the window, bro. Everybody's taking a fucking trance. It's like, yo, dude, come on, man.
Put the phone down.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's
but
crazy,
yes and no,
though.
because sometimes you have to be on call for certain things, because right now I have 2 kids, and sometimes, I gotta, like, be on call, and sometimes you gotta have to play the role. Look, I'm here. All right, look, I'm here. It's like, all right.
But
And
it's-
it's like, it's kind of whack that I have to do that because
Well,
I'm like,
what's
this is
whack-
corny,
what's
like,
whack
it's stupid.
Is that look, you have
You
to
know?
embrace change. It's the younger generations, like, that's where it's going, right?
Yeah, but
It's hard for people from the older generation to really accept that. And the problem is that the younger generations will not know what that was like. At least not yet, until we bring it back to them. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
listen, there's so
it's-
many ways you could go about that. It's a little crazy, but the way I see it is, it's like, yo, it is what it is, man. Because you already know it. You hear it all the time. You could buy followers. You could buy real followers. The other day I was speaking to some dude who's like, I'm all about the music. I'm like, you telling me I could go to your club and play the Electric Prunes or this, that, and the third? Like, you play top 40 in your fucking club. Like, what do you mean? I told the guy, I said, I'll even do an hour on the house. He's like, I pay DJs. I'm like, the fuck out of here. Like, come on. Who do you pay? You know, who you paying that has a big record? You're not paying shit. You're full of yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to get with next. You know, talk about, like, production and shit. Seriously, like, yo, you know, like, come on, man, you know?
You only got a half hour.
I mean, listen, whatever, we're hanging out, but it's just, you know, like, you know, we could talk about this for, like, we could say crazy shit, but, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, like I said the other day, some guy was like, I'm all about the music. And I was like, you're all about the music. Like, you play top 40. And what do you mean you want to hear me play? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Well, listen.
meanwhile, when I got introduced to him, he was telling my boy, like, yeah, I've heard of this guy before. Then he turns around with that. It's like, all right, what? Because I'm not your friend and I don't blow you? Fuck out of here. Because you know that's what it's all about. Guys, yes or no, Function House? Can we hear a round of applause for that one? Because you know it's true, bro. And even with this DJ agency that's going on nowadays in all these different places, everybody is friends amongst each other. You right? Right. Anybody on all these DJ agencies that's doing these local spots have big records? No. They're trying to. They think they're cool because they're on a label and again, 1 million Spotify hits. Well, you're not doing nothing. If you can do something, have your own label. Make an imprint for yourself. All right, DJing is great. You see how everybody sees the change. Why aren't you guys doing that? You know, like even the Ody Rock thing, right? I understand, like, I should be doing some kind of remixing, this, that, and the third. It's cool, but do I really want to be, you know, doing that forever? Yes and no. You know, I want to keep the Ody Rock stuff going forever. But the other thing I'm pushing is this right here. This is my label. It's called Denoise Records. I have another alias called Audio Code, where I play.
This is.
Right. And when I want to give a shout out to my boy Mert over here in the background. You know, I'm telling him to come over here, but you know, I need him over here because we're doing some stuff together. Every Tuesday he's at TBA, and he does like an underground party where it's strictly like underground. You understand? Like house music or techno or tech house. Even with tech house, people don't understand. A record back in 1988 on DJ Profile called Acid Thunder. That was a tech house record. Now everybody, you know, once again, you go on the Beatport shit, top 10, everybody downloads everything. They're playing tech house. Well, what are you gonna say? It is what it is, but
So
I'm not gonna sit there and try to change the game, but I'm just saying it how it is, bro.
let's talk
Understand
about
what I'm
the
saying?
record label.
No,
The record label's good. You know, it's not the best.
What type of music is coming out on this record label, and what
And how
artists
long
do
have you
work
had
with?
the record label?
It's
When
going
did you
on 4
start it?
years in the summer. It'll be 4
Okay.
years, right? And I've got, you know, I'm not saying, you know, I would love to have a record. You know, everybody likes to have a record. Not me as myself, even on the label itself, right? Like I said, the more money you throw in something, what's gonna happen? It's eventually gonna grow.
Right.
The more you water the plant, sometimes it's not that good. The more you water the plant, the more it's gonna sprout, right? So same thing with this whole music thing. If I had, let's say, an extra 50,000, 100,000, I could probably take your friend right here, Mike, and you, and make you guys into a superstar. Why? Because you hit off certain PRs. Forget about the buybacks. That's all bullshit. You hit off certain PRs. The certain PRs get that to certain people's emails, and then they start playing that in the festivals. Mark Carolla has played our stuff. Richie Horton has played my stuff, our stuff. A lot of these big guys, right, that headline these festivals have played our stuff, meaning as in my record labels, tracks.
Okay, so who are making these
Right.
records? Who's
I got
on
some
your
guys.
label?
I got these guys. They're called Pelle and Chauncey. They're from Germany. They're on Monica Cruz's label. She's like a big German DJ / techno. It's on her label. They're on Cocoon, which is Sven Bot. Excuse me. I have some other guy's name is Jori Okinen. He's like a guy from Finland, I believe, or Sweden. I'm not that sure, but he's been around forever. When I say great production, great production. Understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's all about great production and trying to break in the barriers. When people look at the label and say, it's cheesy, but it's not. But you understand
Alright, so
what I'm
these
trying
are-
to say?
These are people.
Right, and
these
I
are
paid out of pocket
relationships-
for these guys to bring them in.
These are people, relationships you met over the years, or new people that
Yes
you
and no.
discovered.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you have to pay, you know, some of the guys to get on the label because some of the guys are like, hey, you know, I'm on this label and that label. I deserve 1,000 euros. I deserve 500 euros. I'm like,
Now, how do you scout out people?
I do it
for
on my
your
own.
label?
I hear something I like. I'm like, yo, I'm going for that.
Do you go to like
Where?
SoundCloud?
No. I just hear certain records, actual vinyl, or sometimes some stuff that's on these digital sites like Beatport or Traxsource or other sites. Or sometimes you might come across something, you might hear something like, dude,
And
what
then
is
you'll
that?
reach out to that producer.
Right. And then some of these guys are like, you gotta reach out to my agent. The agent's like, I want $2,000, 2,000 euro. And I'm like, fuck out of here. 2,000 euro. Like,
So how much
fuck.
work is it to run
It's a
your
lot
label?
because you do it on your own. Well, like I said, being around throughout all these years and going on, you know, with the whole thing with the Stretch Armstrong thing and the way people used to come in and provide you the record. You learn from that. You know, I used to run up on. I used to go to every single label before Rockefeller was Rockefeller. It was just a room, and Rob Lowe was there, and then this one and that one and third. And I used to see how they used to service an actual record. They used to come out. We used to do Real Love Wednesdays with Teddy. Wednesday night, Boris was playing hip hop. You guys know that.
Yeah, Boris used to
I
be
used
a
to
hip hop
right.
DJ. Yeah.
I used to see when people used to service
he
the
used
record.
to play. He used to be a mad good reggae DJ.
Listen, Boris is great in general.
He used to rock
he's
the
great.
reggae.
I remember him doing a sick amount of things. But what I'm trying to say is that I remember people coming up to him, giving him records, serving records personally. And I try to take that aspect and bring it to today's world. Well, in the digital world, which is kind of like garbage, because
It's just
I see certain EPs that we put out because I pay certain PRs to service our EP. Let's say we do an EP, I'll give it to you probably have 200 emails that you know you're gonna open it. So this guy's gonna open it. So then next thing you know, the EP gets leaked out. You're like, dude, it's not even fucking out yet, and it's people already playing it. That's what sucks about the digital life.
So how did
people
you
get your music and it's like, what the fuck? It's like whatever.
well, the shelf life of we talk about this on almost
Right.
like
That's why.
There's
That's why I'm
no
going.
shelf life for music anymore.
The other is you gotta go back to vinyl and do limited press. It costs more money, but it's all about having that distributor, which I have. I have him.
Okay.
I've been having him.
Is that how you got Marco Carolla and Richie Hawtin playing your music?
I got him through. I send the record to the pool, and the pool services them, and I pay for that service. They open it up. Guess what? They played it. Actually, one of my tracks, that was a remix from some guy named Rainer Waithold, which owns Kling Klang Records. Okay, Marco Carolla was playing it. What was that again? Awakenings as the title of the whole Awakenings of how you call it again? Say it, man. What was it again? It was the main attraction for Awakenings for what 2014 it was, I think. And it was like you see Mark Carolla slamming the record. It's like, oh, yep, this guy's playing my shit right now. Look how many people like it. And that to me is success.
Yeah,
That's
of
more
course.
success than actually selling 1,000 or 10,000 MP3s, because that leads to more. You understand? That's what
Yeah,
it's
of
all
course.
about, man.
Well, yeah, he opened up the show with your track.
Right, which is, to me, it's like, yo,
Priceless.
right,
Yeah.
but which is fresh, because you say to yourself, you've been around so much, then you have these guys rocking your stuff. It's like, yo, this is great. Or Richie Horn when he was doing Enter, and back in 2014, and because I follow him on Twitter, and he's like Richie Horn, and I was playing audio code, Call a While. I'm like, holy shit, like I'm fucking like I played hip hop, I played house music, tons of house music in my life, real house records, and all of a sudden Richie Horton's playing my record. You know how sick that is. Like I was saying,
crazy,
when
yeah.
I've been to Mykonos, I know a lot of these guys too, man. I've been going to Mykonos in '97. I played with a sick amount of guys: Sandy Rivera, house music, disco house, Pevin Everett, real house music, deep house, Chicago. Micro, shout out to Micro, Nigel Richards, 611 Records, Philadelphia, and the list keeps going, bro. Onions, Joski's my man, all these guys. It's just all these years doing this, and I'm saying to myself, I have to do something on my own to get some kind of a decent record where I get more recognition as the label. I don't care if it's audio code, because, I'm not saying I'm gonna be a star, but I'm just trying to break right now, like a little bit harder in the ground.
So
It's kind of hard, man.
Are you
because-
working on any tracks right now?
Yeah, I do all the time, bro.
How often are
All
you
the
in the
time.
studio?
Well, listen, a couple of years ago, like I said, my son's gonna be 5. I was in there nonstop going crazy. Ask this guy. I would call him every hour. I have tracks done. I went to school for that just to learn the program, because I was making tracks on MPCs. I've worked tracks with Joski tons of times, and a few other guys. And back then I did so many projects that a lot of the stuff was finished, and I just go back now and I retouch them, and it's like, just, let's put it out, like, whatever. But I'm saying you could take anything nowadays. You just gotta service it the right way. Meaning, as in, you gotta put it in the right pool, and that pool puts it in certain people's hands.
Yeah.
That's as far as in doing this. Now, like the Ody Rock stuff, it's a different ballgame, bro. It's like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I do some of the spots once in a while, but it's like, why do I have to like keep knocking on the door to do something? I'm like sick and tired of that, which is whatever. It is what it is. I went out to Switzerland 2 weeks ago. Great. It was great.
You're going out there a lot.
Yeah, I've been going
So
out
you
there
have a
since
good
like
connection out
2002.
there.
Yeah, it was cool. I've been to China, I've been to Brazil. Where else have been, Mert? Where else we been? Greece, besides the point. Brazil was sick. China was sick.
So
Macau.
how often are you traveling overseas?
Well, right now, listen, like I said, as far as in, we could do the Ody Rock thing or we could do the audio code thing. Right now, it's like, choose your path. I don't want to choose a path. I want to do both. people say it can't be done. Why? Why can't it be done? Why? I love music, bro. I love freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know Louis Vega was a freestyle producer. So was, Dave Morales, Haish Naif. It's time. How many guys on that? Come on, bro. People don't understand that.
What are some of your favorite freestyle tracks?
I think we're gonna hear them. Today.
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, I just love playing that. I like Red Hot. Red Hot. That's how you make me feel. The drums, crazy. The way he used to program those. Macho Mozart. Who was that? Latin Rascals. Those guys are sick, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know yourself, man. Those guys will keys, rock and shit like crazy. I don't play keys. If I want something, I bring Ian Starr. Shout out to my man Ian Starr. I got to find a better way. He did that.
Yep.
He comes in. Sometimes he lays shit down for me. That's like classic. I'm not a player, bro. I don't play. I engineer. And I could program drums. I could do the whole layout. But when I want something over the top, I bring him in or some other guys, I don't know. And just try to, do things and throw it out there.
So I reached out to you a while ago about the show.
Right.
Did you prepare anything for us special?
Listen, honest truth, bro. You saw what I just did in here. I came in here and just opened up the laptop. I just have a numerous amount of crates. What I would like to do is just play some of these songs or these tracks or these disco breaks, let's say, or freestyle breaks. Just play them. I'm not sitting here trying to go crazy, but it depends. I'm not saying I have a lot of stuff that I would like to play in here, but I don't know if I can do it in a half hour. Like I'm saying, I can sit there and play house music all night.
An hour and a half.
No, you have an hour and a half.
Yeah, but
The interview's
we'll see.
only half an hour.
We'll
The
see.
interview's over. We spoke about everything.
I mean,
We
there's a
wanna
lot.
hear some
Listen,
music.
there's a lot more. Like, trust me about that one. But, like
Is
I'm
there
saying.
anything else you want to say?
No, shout out to you guys. Thanks for having me over here, bro.
Thanks
I mean,
for
listen, if
coming
you want,
down.
you can come over there and rock too. That's no problem. Even you want to play, you can play. Your staff wanted to jump on, you can
This
jump
is
on.
the
You know
Ody
that.
Rock show.
We brought you here because we want to hear you play.
I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna sit there and try to do something in the club. I want to play records and breaks that I like,
That's exactly why we
You see what I'm saying?
invited you there.
and whatever. I'm not gonna sit
That's
there
why
and
you
try to
have
scratch
fun.
and go crazy.
That's
But
what the Function House is all about.
right, but hopefully nobody comes to the shotgun and starts shooting us. Like, what the fuck are you guys
No,
playing? That's
the cops
annoying.
might come. The cops might come.
We're gonna take a 2-minute break, and we're gonna get Ody Rock up on the turntables.
I might have been.